Yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, Yes, Yes is a theater show made for 16 to 18-year-olds that deals with consent, healthy relationships, and sexual violence. I'm the performer in the show. I'm the only performer. He's standing across the room and he's alone, and I think this is ideal. It's now or never. So I'm just gonna go right over there. I get 3 feet from him and we make eye contact and he smiles at me and I pretend that someone called my name from another room.
We called the show Yes, Yes, Yes because we wanted to think about consent in a really positive way.
I'm Karin, by the way. Yeah, hey, I'm Tom. I know who you are.
We don't teach that. That's all comes across in 2 stories. Karin's story where she has a positive experience.
I have not had this feeling in such a long time, and it is a nice feeling.
How the body language of herself and the person that she's attracted to tell each other that they're into what's happening.
And then he takes a step forward and he touches the back of my hand with his and says, "You'd be welcome to stay the night if you wanted." And I don't know if that's what I want. I actually have no idea at this point, so I just say, maybe.
And then in the other story, which is an assault story, how the person, Jane, was giving those signals of not being into it, and those were not picked up by the other person. Consent can't be passive like that. The absence of a no, the absence of fighting or things like that, it has to be positive, saying, yes, I want this, leaning forward, reciprocation, all of that stuff.
A guy's tried to pressure me into having sex with him.
Yeah, I have been sent my fair share of nudes that I did not want to receive.
We project interviews that we did with high school students.
We really wanted a diversity of experiences in the interviews.
I did have crushes on guys at high school, but I wasn't out at the time.
If you're straight, if you're gay, if you're asexual, if you're genderqueer, if you're having sex, if you're not having sex, all of that is fine as long as it's what you want and it's what your partner wants.
Guys and girls both expect things like in porn to happen in real life, but it's not always going to happen like that, because sex in real life is a lot different than porn.
Young people have the skills already to be having super healthy, consensual relationships with everyone in their lives. It's just deploying those skills.
Jessica, I said, Jessica, will you do me the honors to let me take your first kiss? And she looked up at me.
Without hesitation, she just jumped up and just took mine as well.
I come up in one of those interviews, what happens at the last stages before I slept with that person. I sat down next to him and I was like, I'm really nervous. And he was like, I'm really nervous too. What really struck me is I'd never broken an encounter like that down before. To be like, well, how did you go from just hanging out to then eventually kissing this person?
I think a really sexy thing for me is like literally just kindness. Like
Just like asking, like, is this good? Are you okay with this and stuff?
stop if you want to stop, and they don't care and they're not judgmental, then like that's the sexiest thing really.
The thing that I really love about this show is it includes the idea of sexual desire and sexual pleasure being such an important part of our conversations around consent. They can't be missing when you talk to young people, because that's what sex is about. Like, why else would we do it? Why else do we have sex? So getting to talk about that feeling, the actual feeling of sexual desire, was so fun. It was such a relief for me.
I hope young people come away from the show with a better understanding of what consent is and really hopeful about how it can play out in their lives.